call on Rawiri Waititi.
I didn't push him.
Yeah.
Maybe one of my tipuna did. And just listening to that tipuna over there, I got one word to say, kāroha, kāroha, e kaiorongoa e koro. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Tēnei rā te mihi atu rā ki a koe. Mihi atu rā ki ngā kaimahi katoa tēnei whare. Mihi atu rā ki ngā kai whakahaere i roto i ngā mahi katoa kia tare ana hoki tātou te whakatutuki i ngā mahi koutou kei roto i tēnei whare. E oku kai hoa i roto i ngā mahi ngā katoa. Nei rā ki mihi atu rā kia koutou i tēnei rā. 2024 has been a hard year for our people. The actions of this government have attacked te iwi Māori on all fronts. However, unlike any of the decisions made by this government this year, Te Pāti Māori have consistently remained mokopuna focused. So today, I would like to speak to our mokopuna. Sorry, Mr. Peters, you are well out of that group that I am addressing now. Nō reira kei oku mokopuna. In the House this year, they debated your past, your tipuna, your whakapapa, and the tapu of te Tiriti o Waitangi was challenged by those that had no mana to do so. In the House this year, they debated our present, removing the current mahi progressing Aotearoa forward and continuing to undermine te Tiriti while subjecting us to harsh realities of a government that only supports the rich. In the House, they debated your future, the future of your language, your whenua, your oranga, your descendants, and your right as tangata whenua. But all was not lost. This House forgot their place, which has no mana to rewrite ours. This House forgot we have come too far as the country to sit back as they attacked our mana motuhake. We took to the streets in our thousands. Ultimately, the House forgot the power of the people. So this was the year of Kotahitanga. I want to be to all of our people, tangata whenua, tangata moana, tangata Tiriti, who rose above the attacks of this government because they know the Aotearoa we want our mokopuna to inherit. As I stand here, I want to tell our mokopuna about the many people who stood up to protect their whakapapa, who stood shoulder to shoulder to unite on a hikoi from both ends of Aotearoa that saw 100,000 of our people converge on the lawns of this very parliament. We may be the minority in parliament, but our movement is the majority across Aotearoa. Toi tū te Tiriti. I want to tell our mokopuna about the many whānau who marched for you, our working class whānau and public servants who marched, that were made redundant, that were forced to sit in a space of job insecurity and had benefits removed while government offered tax cuts to the rich. Our tangata haua, our whānau with disabilities and health issues who use their voices, because the health system continues to fail our most vulnerable communities. Our gang whānau who marched with their patches that they now are policed by the very system that persecutes them every day. Our kaiako, our educators, our learning support kaimahi, our whare wānanga who marched, who have been subjected to funding cuts and unfinished rebuilds, but carry the tremendous responsibility of educating this entire generation. Our creatives who marched, who are the most under-resourced and underfunded, but work overtime to tell our stories and be the light we turn to for inspiration to keep moving forward. Our lawmakers, our tribunals, our legal experts, who continuously advocate for justice in a year full of unjust decision-making. Our kaitiaki of our taiao, who have fought against the tirade of attacks on our whenua, moana, wai, against meka, fast track, and every other decision to destroy Aotearoa. Our takatapui whānau who marched, who continue to be persecuted by this government for being who they are. They are whānau. Our babies in state care, or should I say state carelessness, who deserve better than boot camps. Our survivors of abuse in state care, who continue to witness the apologies to our kids in the system. Our incarcerated whānau, whose trauma for government profit trumps the cost of that decision to our whakapapa. Maybe if the government cared less about 3 strikes and more about the 3 articles of the Tiriti o Waitangi, this year could have gone differently. Our iwi leaders, our Māori wards, our Māori movements, our Indigenous brothers, sisters of Palestine, of Kanaki, of Te Moana Nui a Kiwa, who marched too, our tangata Moana, tangata Tiriti, who rose up and marched alongside, who educated one another, who understood that this wasn't a single issue, but a shared responsibility to rise up for the Aotearoa our mokopuna deserve. Our tangata whenua, whose pakeke have already marched for our existence and empowered our resistance. And to our mokopuna, our babies who have inherited this hikoi, we hope that one day you won't have to hikoi anymore. This has been a hard year and has come at significant cost to our people, but our hikoi demonstrated Kotahitanga we have never seen in Aotearoa before. For that I am proud. For that we as a country should feel proud. I wish you all restful holiday season and the time to heal from the many punches of 2024. Be kind. Look after one another, travel safely on the roads like one big waka kotahi. Make this a Tiriti kiribete. As a whānau, do your submissions. Enroll to vote. Get on the Māori roll. We have a big year to look forward to. Ratana, Waitangi, Te Matatini, Koroneihana. We are approaching the light at the end of this racist tunnel that we have been subjected to this year. Kia kaha. And finally, I would like to leave you with the words of the late King Tuheitia, who called for unity in a year he knew his people would need it the most. In the storm, we are strong together. The wind in our sails is Kotahitanga, and with that, we will reach our destination. I see I've got a little bit more time here. This house needs a bit of festive cheer. Okay, Mr. Speaker?
It's long been established in this debate that this is what we could expect. That'd be good.
Okay. Mokopuna, are you listening? On your whenua, truth is glistening. A terrible flight, our Tiriti ride, marching on stolen Māori land. This year ain't been pretty. Toi tu, te tiriti, a 3-headed goose, but we know the truth, marching on stolen Māori land. In the beehive they can build a front man, act like there's not a racist clown. He'll say, will you join me? I'll say, no man. Our mokopuna will make a stand. Aotearoa, can you hear me? The polls are up. Te Pāti Māori, tipuna whe, Tiriti le, marching on stolen Māori land. Marching on stolen Māori land. You finish it off with me. Marching on stolen Māori land. Merry Christmas. Winston, where are you? Merry Christmas. E koro.